December 14th, 2012, 20-year-old Adam Lanza entered Sandy Hook Elementary and proceeded to murder 26 people, 20 of whom were children. Undoubtedly, some of you are thinking, like myself, if someone had just had a firearm, they could have stopped this tragedy. Possibly, some of you are also thinking, if we limited this guy's access to firearms in the first place, we would never have had this tragedy. It's the typical gun debate that's been going on in America for years. Myself personally, I believe that we are guaranteed by the Constitution the right to own firearms. Now I'm going to show you some arguments that gun control advocates will tell you, and I'll prove them wrong. And hopefully, if you do believe in gun control, by the end of the speech, you'll agree with me. The first argument that I hear from gun control advocates is that the Constitution only guarantees you guns to hunt and provide food for your family. A lot of people say we don't need guns nowadays for that because you can just go down to the grocery store and get something to eat. Well, the Constitution specifically states in the Second Amendment, and this is word for word, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right to keep the people and bear arms shall not be infringed. So basically, that says that you're guaranteed to own a firearm. Now, I said militia. It said a well-regulated militia. Now, I don't want you to think like the crazy people who live in the woods that prepare for doomsday. The militia they were talking about is more akin to today's National Guard. That's where gun control advocates think they have you. They say, well, it says right there in the Second Amendment that you must be connected to militia in order to have these rights. Well, thankfully, this question was brought up to the U.S. Supreme Court, and it was answered. Now, when the Supreme Court looked at the case, they looked at two specific points. Number one, do you have to be connected to the militia in order to be guaranteed these rights? And number two, do these rights only extend to the federal government, or do they also cover the state government? Well, without going into it too far, because we're not law school students, I will say that the Supreme Court made a decision in the District of Columbia versus Heller case. And what they decided was every law-abiding citizen is guaranteed the right to own a firearm, regardless of connection to militia. They also said that the Second Amendment covers not only the federal government, but states. So, it pretty much cleared us to own firearms, as long as you're a law-abiding citizen. Now, the third and last argument that I usually hear from gun control advocates is, well, assault weapons don't fall into that category. Now, that's a tough one because assault weapons are so broadly defined. For instance, in California, if your weapon has a bayonet, well, I guess it's designated as an assault weapon. Being soldiers, we know an M16A4 and an AR-15 are two different weapons. The M16A4 has a fully automatic selection. The AR-15 can only fire in semi-automatic. So we still have a lot of work to go as far as defining assault rifles. You can own an assault rifle legally in this country. You can own a fully automatic machine gun and you can own explosives. That being said, you have to go through an extensive background check. You may pass every part of the background check and still be denied. Hopefully you have a better understanding of what exactly the Second Amendment states and what the Supreme Court believes in. Thank you for your time. If you want to get involved in the fight for gun rights, you can go ahead and join a group like the NRA or simply write your congressman. I'll leave you with a quote from Thomas Jefferson. The Constitution of most states and of the United States assert that all power is inherent in the people, that they may exercise it by themselves, that it is their right and duty to be at all times armed.